Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Michelle Fondon. I'm the author of Twin Flame Romance, The Journey to Unconditional Love. And this is Twin Flame Guidance, where I help guide you on your twin flame journey. With the question today, or the comment is, what about the third party? So if you're interested in that topic, do stay tuned. If you're new to my channel, thanks for subscribing below. Click on that bell, scroll up to all for all notifications, and thank you for giving the video a thumbs up. I do readings, 30, 60, and 90-minute readings, twin flame, general, life path, and purpose. You can book that at my website, michellefondonauthor.com. And don't forget to download the free Twin Flames Affirmation Meditation. The link is below. The third party. Now, again, I am not talking about your third party twin flame. I'm not talking about if you are in a relationship or a marriage or a whatever it is, a situationship, or whatever you happen to be in other than your twin flame. What I am talking about is, what if your twin flame is in a marriage, committed relationship, situationship, or something else, or they just keep dating many different people? What if that is your situation? And let's talk about that a little bit, because it is a situation that I hear over and over and over again when I do my coaching sessions one-on-one with many twin flames out there. That might be you included. So what I really want you to infuse into your brain is that the third party situation that your twin flame is in has nothing to do with that third party at all, okay? And what I want to say is that even in a normal relationship, meaning a non-twin flame relationship, usually if there's cheating going on, if there's a third party situation going on, unless that person just so happened to meet their twin flame out of the blue, other than that, right? We're not going to talk about that. Other than that, if there is a third party situation in a marriage, in a committed relationship, it usually 99.9% has nothing to do with that third party. It has everything to do with that person. It has everything to do with that relationship that they were in before they started cheating. And I think the focus can tend to be put on that third party as kind of a scapegoat. So I just want to let you know that, because that's a really easy fix, is to try to blame this third party situation, or the person, or that person just seduced my person, or that person kept pursuing my person, and that person wouldn't let this person go. And that is never the case. Honestly, it's never the case. The case is that in your twin flame situation, where there is a third party, where your twin flame is involved in a third party situation, it has everything to do with what your twin flame has to go through for their own spiritual development, their spiritual growth, and their emotional growth in general. Because let's explore the various reasons why your twin flame might be in a third party situation. Now, toward the end of this video, stay tuned, because we're going to talk about if your twin flame is involved in a third party situation that has nothing to do with romance. Because believe me, there are third party situations in which romance has nothing to do with it. It's totally something else. So I'll address that toward the end of the video. But let's look at the various reasons why your twin flame might elect to remain with a third party situation. So the first is pretty easy. The first is a marriage. This twin flame was in a marriage long before they met you, or maybe in the time that they met you, maybe they were engaged to be married and they just followed through on their plans. Or maybe they've been married and they have children and they have a house and they have a lot of complications having to do with this particular marriage. So, of course, let's say you met your twin flame 2 years ago, 3 years ago, and you've been wondering, like, why are they still in this? Like, why are they still in this, like, marriage, this third party situation? Well, one reason just may be that they're still learning what they need to learn with this other person that they're married to. So they might be a karmic partner, they might be a soulmate partner, but there's certainly stuff that they are learning maybe from that other person, but also that they're learning about themselves in the midst of that relationship. So again, it's never about the marriage partner. It's never about the wife or the husband. It's always about your twin flame learning what they need to learn with their marital partner. Now let's go to another situation. So like a committed relationship would probably fall under the category of marriage, in that oftentimes when you're in a committed relationship, it's been a long time. You've sort of built a life together with this person. But let's move to the dating situation where your twin flame may have been dating someone for like 6 months to a year. It could be an on again, off again thing, but they consistently go back to this dating partner, this person, and you're just wondering why. You're like, given the choice, why don't they choose me? If this isn't a serious relationship, if they're kind of in and out of this dating situation, why are they always going back to this other person? Again, it has everything to do with what your twin flame happens to be learning about their own issues with love, romance, commitment. And again, this other person might well be a karmic partner where they have to pay off a karmic debt. Or inversely, they're regulating some sort of karma that is owed to them in their lifetime. So it's never about your twin flame not choosing you over this other person. It's always about what they happen to be learning and the lessons that they need to finish learning on their particular journey. Now, let's go to the situation where your person, your twin flame, is not dating someone consistently or in particular, and they're not in a committed relationship, but they keep dating various people. They're on dating sites, they keep dating like various people, they're going on dates, they're actively looking, they're doing hookups, they're having sex with people. Like, you're like, why? Like, we have this awesome connection. Our connection's so special and it's amazing. Why are they still out there in the dating pool? Like, I don't even get it. It doesn't make any sense to me. I totally don't understand this. Are they searching for someone better than me, prettier than me, smarter than me? Is that the case? And oftentimes that can actually wreak havoc on your own sense of self-worth and self-esteem. Now, if that is the case, twin flame, you need to look at yourself. You need to look at your own sense of worthiness, your self-worth, your self-esteem, and look at that and go, why do I feel threatened by this? Why do I feel like I'm not good enough? I'm not good looking enough. I'm not pretty enough. I'm not fit enough. Whatever insecurities happen to be mounting in you, it's a good idea to take a look at that. Now, your twin flame, if they are out there and like dating consistently, having sex with random people, or, you know, not necessarily in a committed format of a relationship, it could be that they too have issues with finding their own worth, like finding their self-worth, or they could have a fear of commitment. And what these people are reflecting back to them in these non-committal type of situations are that they are denying having a fulfilling, committed, long-term relationship with a special partner with whom they share a very strong connection. So they're moving toward these superficial connections. So again, nothing to do with these other people. Yes, they might be going for people that are better looking, more fit, more rich, whatever it is, but it truly has nothing to do with these other people. It truly has nothing to do with them finding the perfect person, because honestly, if they were really searching for the perfect person, they really wouldn't be out there on the market and like sleeping around with people or having casual sex relationships with other people, that's more based on insecurity. So let's move to other situations where there is a third-party situation, but it doesn't have anything to do with romance per se. So there are three that I can think of in particular. The first one that I have actually seen firsthand is a parental situation as a third party. It's very odd, but I have seen this, I've experienced this firsthand, where your twin flame feels some sort of obligation to a parental figure, either a mom or a dad, just depending. Typically, if it's a man, they feel this obligation toward their mother. And typically, if it's a woman, it's either mother or father. I've seen the most prevalent, the most frequent weird third-party situation that I have seen have been men, twin flames, with this weird relationship with their mom. And the mom serves as that third-party figure where they feel some sort of absurd obligation to the mother, where they feel like they have to take care of her, or they feel like they have to enable her in some way, where she's kind of calling the shots in their life. There's this real codependency between them. And it's almost like there's no room for your twin flame to have a healthy relationship outside of that mother-son relationship. And I'd say mother-son because that's the most frequent example that I have seen personally in my coaching and other relationships as well. So here's what I would say is that even in that case, until your twin flame severs that unhealthy relationship and kind of sets the boundaries and sets the foundation for a more normal, healthy, non-codependent relationship with his mom in that case, right? There is really no room for his twin flame, or there's no room for a satisfying full-time relationship because that mother, in a weird way, is fulfilling that role already. And again, it usually comes from really unhealthy relationships growing up, this deep-seated sense of codependency where the mom feels like her son is obligated to take care of her emotionally, physically, in the way of like maybe your twin flame is driving his mom around to doctor's appointments and out grocery shopping and things like that, but also providing like monetary assistance and things like that. So that is the type of relationship that truly does need to be severed. And again, it has nothing to do with you as a twin flame. It has everything to do with your twin flame and that parental figure having to work something out. And it's usually tied to some past life thing that there was some sort of obligation that needed to be worked out. The second situation, which also is prevalent, is a work situation where the twin flame is married to their job. And so that third party situation cannot be severed until they find some work-life balance and realize that the love, the acknowledgement, the attention that they're getting through their work situation is not going to be as fulfilling as being in a romantic partnership with someone who is truly a romantic partner. And then the third situation, which is equally unhealthy, is some sort of addiction, where the third party is the substance of addiction. The addiction itself is taken on a relationship with your twin flame, and they're either addicted to drugs, alcohol, gambling, or pornography, or whatever the case may be. There's a lot of addictions out there, or maybe an addiction to food even. And that addiction has become a third party, literally a third party. And it can always seem to you as a twin flame that your twin flame is always choosing the drinking, choosing the drugs, choosing the gambling, choosing whatever, insert the addiction there over you. And you can get really angry at that situation. But it is totally up to your twin flame to recognize that problem, to rectify it, to work things out, and then to come back towards you in a much healthier way. So last but not least, what I do want to say to you, if you are continually thinking about these third-party situations, is that it's kind of like a waste of brain space for you, and it's a waste of your energy, your time, and your effort. The first thing I would say is to thank the third-party situation for teaching your twin flame the lessons that you could not learn on your own. That's the first thing. Because you and your twin flame together have certain lessons that you need to accomplish and achieve. But the lessons that that third-party situation is teaching your twin flame, you two could not have learned those lessons on your own. It had to be through this third party. The second thing is to turn the efforts back to yourself. So it can be really easy, again, to place that focus, that awareness, that thought process toward what is happening with your twin flame and what is happening with that third-party situation, rather than turning the attention inward towards yourself and say, okay, while my twin flame is working through that third-party situation, what are the things that I need to personally work on in my love life, in my relationships, in order to heal that which is somehow keeping my twin flame and I apart? So I hope this was helpful, twin flame. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for subscribing to my channel below. Click on that bell, scroll up to all for all notifications. And thank you for giving the video a thumbs up. Thank you for sharing this video with other twin flames. And thank you so much for your support on my YouTube channel. You can buy a book or 2 or 3. You can join a boot camp or meditation course. You can also join my group coaching. The link is below. And I will see you in the next video.